Terrific. Okay, well, we're coming towards the end, but I do usually ask my my guests for their top 3 tips. And I thought in this situation, a good question to ask you would be your top 3 tips for people when considering their giving strategy, particularly relevant coming towards the end of June.
Yeah, right. Top 3 tips. Always difficult just to give 3. But, look, I'd say the first thing to remember is that, surprisingly, giving money away isn't always as easy as you think.
Yeah.
So sometimes people can get a bit overwhelmed about where to actually start. So my first tip would be to, get started. And really the best way of doing that is to work out what you're passionate about, sort of look at things out there, and whatever it is that actually lights you up and fires your passion, give some money to that. Maybe give something small at first, but yeah, giving something that to an organisation that you're passionate about or a cause that you're passionate about is what's going to drive your commitment over time.
Yeah.
So that would be my first tip, I think.
Yeah.
My second tip to people would be, don't be afraid to take, if you like, an investment approach to your giving. So I'm sure that's something your listeners would be familiar with, like the benefit of long-term investing, and I think that's the same with charitable giving. There's a huge benefit I see in our client base when people have multi-year commitments to charities, where they stick with a charity for a while and go on a learning journey with that charity, build their engagement. It takes time for a charity to deliver anything that's shifting the dial on a social issue. And just like any investment, I'd say, stick with it and see what can happen over time, and that can be deeply satisfying.
Terrific.
And my last tip would probably be to encourage people to involve their family. So getting kids involved, grandkids, even siblings or sometimes parents. People don't always necessarily think of that when they're first setting up a structure, but it gives people great satisfaction. It encourages different conversations in the family. You can get some really different perspectives from other generations, and I think it's a great way of inspiring sort of the next generation around, the importance of using wealth responsibly and considering how you can make a difference in the community.
Terrific.
So get people involved.
Excellent. So I suppose to find out more about you guys, just go to the website, APS, Australian Philanthropic.
www.australianphilanthropicservices.com.au.
Excellent. Excellent.
And just jump on there. Yep.
Terrific. Well, look, hopefully I'll get this podcast edited a bit more quickly than usual, because I want to get it out well before 30 June. I do have my 2 sons, Ariel and Gil, that do the editing and publishing, and it usually takes a few asks for them, but I'm going to say to them to get this one out as quickly as possible, and hopefully, maybe it'll inspire 1 or 2 people to give or to maybe consider setting up one of these funds. It sounds like you can set up the public one right up until the death knock of 30 June.
That's right the way up until the end of June, where you can set up a sub-fund, and we're always happy to have a conversation with someone if anyone wants to give us a call or shoot us an email. So, we're happy to help.
Terrific. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a really good chat.
Thanks very much. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, then. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, folks, that's all for the Finance Hour for today. Welcome you to get onto our iTunes site, give us a rate and review. You can check out all the old episodes there or on the Adapt Wealth website. Other than that, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week.